Aqueduct. Double honor to the apostles as a great millstone that rule well. Salutation to all the occupiers pushing this word with sincerity and truth. Women and children that's listening and learning. Shalom.
All right, shalom, shalom. Yeah, that's the fourth man I seen depressed. And like he with a girl. He with a girl hugging on a girl, but he got pressed. That's some Marilyn Manson shit.
And night just started. It's a lot more.
Wow.
Not a lot.
Yeah, Babylon is getting crazy around these parts of Chicago. But I just left somebody get Psalms 104. And said Zechariah 5 and 12, the curse goes over the whole earth. And I was one of my clients invited me to her rooftop. So to go see the pre-air show. Right? They have an air show downtown, so I was telling the brothers don't even camp downtown. Because and Esau it has a love affair with his air power, with his air force. And they were all cheering when they stopped looking at me because I was the only chick on the roof. No, it's just funny though, because all these Edomites were there and all the damn women, all eyes was on me. I'm like, the plane's right here, right? But the point is that they were marveling at these planes. And I'm looking at these planes, doing all these things that, if I didn't know about the Lord, if I didn't know about the chariots, I would be amazed. And I'm like, these slow ass shit, these people really gonna really try to fight the Lord, because a crop duster goes up and it can't even go anymore, and then it falls and twists and turns, and then the fighter jets were doing the same thing.
Exactly.
The tricks get old. They fly together, one flying upside down, It take them a whole mile or two to turn around. The big one flew, and I'm like, and then you got chariots that do whatever the hell they want to do at speeds that's 3 times the speed that they go.
It's like 1 minute he there, and the next minute
or they disappear, reappear, change sizes, disguise themselves as the clouds.
All right? They go into the ocean, pop out the ocean.
Exactly. Hey, that's what made my professor believe. He used to live on the lakefront, and he saw that. When I first introduced him to the scripture and started talking about the chariots, he saw a chariot go into the water and come back out. And then his son was asking, what was that, Daddy? He said, that ain't no plane. All right? And so, you can't, there's some things you just can't unsee or forget. But then when it got broke down to the scripturally to him, he received it. All right? He received it. So go ahead and get those scriptures by our show.
I got this Zechariah.
Psalms 104. Around, let's see, we go there. Just get right to the beat up and think. Yeah, just started 3, yeah. Actually, we started 2.
It's Psalm 104 and 2. Who covers thyself with light as with a garment? Who stretches out the heavens like a curtain?
Right, and so you got these different scientists who profess that. I even heard them use that verbiage. It looks like the heavens is still growing. When they're looking through the Hubble telescope and all their,
They say they found like 10 more planets.
Yeah, you got a video that's on YouTube right now talking about they saw heaven in the telescope. They say they saw a city glowing with light. What they probably saw is a gigantic chariot.
Right.
It's just so planet-sized chariots, man. So that the closest that Esau is ever going to get to the stars and to the heavens is Star Wars sagas. The Mandalorian, because and they always trying to make something into a creature. But anyway, go ahead, brother.
You remember the flight of the Navigator too? The chariot came down. You got the kid on the course going to get some Navigator.
I remember that movie. I don't remember it, but I remember it.
This is Psalm 104 and 5 and 3. Who led the beams of his chambers in the waters? Who maketh the clouds his chariot?
Making the clouds his chariot, the beams of light, the waters, being also the people. They show that light. That light comes right over the people. All right? And then he covers and hides himself in the clouds. That's the power we're talking about. That's something to get excited about. watching us. Well, you can say that a plane moving at Mach 7 is slow, you know, compared to it. And now that I've seen so many chariots, I've seen what they can do. All right, and hell, I remember when Rala was recording one, we're standing there all looking at it. We were at the main house, and I couldn't see it with my bare eyes, but I could see it through his phone. So he's got his phone on it, and we're looking. We can't see it, but we can see it in his phone. It was crazy.
Was that the time they all looked like fire?
No, that was at night. This was in the daytime.
Oh, this was daytime.
This was in the daytime. He's got the phone up, and when you looked at his phone, you could see it in his phone, but you couldn't see it with your naked. It was crazy.
What color was it?
It kept changing colors and changing shapes. It was literally changing colors and shapes. It was like rotating in a circle, and it would change.
I remember the first time I seen the chariot. It was like 6 of them. It was one day. It was just one day we was in the alley with the mechanic. He was fixing on my car.
Yeah.
So it was just a whole bunch of airplanes that they just going fast. I'm like, hey, what's going on? They all these things on airplanes. So I happened to look up one day. This day, and it was like 6 of them. It was like stars that you could see. They all was going to see. Wow. And the airplanes going fast. So I'm like, I know it's on the airplane. If I see it from down here, I know they can see that up there.
Yeah, they saw it.
I'm like, man, bright as day.
They definitely
saw
saw it.
One time I was watching,
And the footage of them is probably floating around somewhere.
I was watching the news one afternoon with WGN, and they showed a chariot fly over O'Hare Airport, and people were all like, up there with phones and stuff. And the chariot was so big and came across. And you know, on the news, they usually show the segment more than once. They only showed that one time.
Yeah.
Cut off, right? Show commercial. Yeah. So this chariot.
Right, because that's something that they don't really want to talk about or acknowledge.
All the way to 2000
for them to start talking about it and admit it.
Right?
Because they can't hide it. Like, it's too big.
It's the same thing like you can't hide us and who we are. That whole, this African, black, this, Hispanic, all the stuff, these labels, all that. Yeah, that's exactly that.
Yeah. Who walketh upon the wings of the wind? Psalm 104:4. Who maketh his angels spirits, his ministers a flaming fire? Who laid the foundations of the earth?
Right, so these things sometimes glow. Because when, I don't know if you brothers were there. Yeah, so we all saw that, man.
That was amazing.
Yeah, we all saw that, now. So it's just some things you cannot unsee. And that all that did was build up brothers' faith. To see that many chariots, that time, that much.
And that on fire.
Yeah. Glowing. And they were all in order. They weren't like all over the place. They were in a straight line. And it's like they were appearing. They were on a straight line, then they just disappeared. They would appear and disappear. There was about 1,000 of them that we didn't keep up with them. And then there was one that set off to the side, and when they all went through, it got right behind them and went to wherever they went to.
Praise the Lord.
They would disappear. Yeah. They would start flashing.
Brothers and other camps saying that.
Yes. Because it appeared in Kansas City. Because they called. Kansas City was on the phone as we were. So when they were disappearing in Chicago, they were reappearing in Kansas City. They were saying what we were saying. And you know what is funny? That never happens on an ISU.
No.
That never happens on an IUIC. That never happens with Sakari. None of these other camps.
They never have. Not one of them got an account talking about we see the chariots.
No.
Most of our camps don't see the
So the Lord is
Not dealing.
there it is, man.
No.
As simple as that, man.
What to say the Lord encamped around his neck.
I watched the video with ISUPK, one of their members who couldn't answer any questions, talking about how certain camps now that they harvest them and all this carnal shit, right? They over talk and all that. Just it's like they have no order, and it's like, you 501c3, not understanding the scriptures. Shut up, bro. Right.
They try to intertwine the truth with the churches.
Exactly, man. And then when he asked him about, and you can come take a picture if you want to see it.
Yeah.
But the interviewer, we'll get back to the scripture. The interviewer asked him a question. About Well, if the Lord, hates homosexuality, why did he put homosexuality on earth? And the guy refused to answer the question. So I figured it's one of two things. 501c3 charter, they're under the 501c3 charter. They can't speak out against homosexuality. And number two, he probably couldn't go to the scripture. To why the Lord put that on, you understand when somebody with that spirit on has been cursed, right? Exactly. He didn't know that though. He couldn't break it down. Either he didn't know, or he wouldn't because they're under 501c3 charter.
They know that scripture.
Honestly, some of them they don't know.
No, some of them, but I'm saying majority of them, but they choose to be wicked. Come on, they selling the word, man. They know what they doing. They
Probably the top men of their group.
Exactly.
That's what I'm talking about. The other ones don't know.
Hannah probably
Really
could have answered that question. Captain Tazariak could have answered that question. But them zombies who stand on the side and just scream, with they Legion of Doom leather jackets on, they motorcycle gang, boots,
Crazy.
screaming, that's right.
That's right.
All the time.
Black man.
Right. calling a mark and a beast, and sleeping with white man.
That's crazy.
It's like, right, where the scriptures at that, man?
No, they say the mark of the beast is
Christianity.
not Christianity. The black man. He said black or some shit like that. Look at the one. The Edomite. He said they said the Edomites are black.
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
The Edomites are the Israelites.
Yeah, I'm like, the Edomites are the Israelites. I'm like,
They wax and works.
they say
This was ISUBK?
ISUBK, and it was another group. They were talking about how it was mostly some new group.
It was probably one of the like Wi-Fi groups.
Some new group.
Yeah,
shit.
some
Talking about
I call them the Adwater Israelites.
talking about the black folks.
Sprinkle a little water on it and they pop up.
So their new thing is black folks out there.
Then they try to mix doctrines because they've been watching 10 different campuses.
They'll see one on tour walk past and they'll drive by.
Yeah, they'll come by talking about Shalom, but yet they're wearing a armor.
Yeah. Or from a man.
Right. You got to see something. Go ahead,
So
son.
people short, learn this gospel from them.
Psalm 104 and 5. Who laid the foundation of the earth, that it should not be removed forever? Thou coverest it with the deep as with a garment. The water stood above the mountains.
Actually, that's good. That was the point. So the point is that these people were excited over these slow-ass planes that don't stand a chance in that day. And I'm thinking, wow, that would really be devastating to a regular human. If I'm on a boat, I'm looking at them buzz the boats and do all the little tricks, and I'm like, wow, they were shooting machine guns and dropping, firing missiles. They would really be, doing some damage. But something that can disappear, reappear, or take over your vehicle.
No, you see what that automatic weapon at the chariot.
Yeah.
They could get close to the chariot. They was hitting everything but the chariot.
Yeah, we've all seen that video too. And that missile that's moving at 10,000 miles per hour, and the chariot just flew around and zapping, and then missile just fired the sky.
Energy out that way.
This thing is moving like 10,000 miles per hour, and this chariot just flying around it. It's doing this around it.
It's like slow motion to the chair. You're like, where are you going? Let me take this.
It's like
Right.
when Spider-Man slow down time and just start beating your ass.
Pretty much. That's it. It's Whitson.
Listen to what Zechariah, I'm going to start at 5 and 1. Then I turned and lifted up my eyes and looked, and behold, a flying roll. And he said unto me, what seest thou? And I answered, I see a flying roll. The length thereof is 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof is 10 cubits. Then said he unto me, this is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth. For everyone that stealeth shall be cut off as on this side.
Right, so everyone that stealeth, I'm going to tell you this. Every place where Edomites are on the earth today, they've stolen. All right? Every place where they are, this one is walking by. He's walking on stolen land. All right? If they're not in the Caucasus, not in the Caucasus Mountain, but in Mount Seir, in Petra, right? That was the land that's where they came from. They didn't come from like people believe. That came later, right? They actually came from Petra. That's their actual home. Okay, that was the land allotted to them by the Lord, right?
And he about to lose that land too.
And matter of fact, he don't have that land now. It's Israelites in there. All right, but he's gonna, he's matter of fact, he ain't even going home. All right, he's never gonna see his home again. See, if you had any sense, you took your red ass back there. But the prophecy had to be fulfilled. So he had to go out and be that red horse. All right, go ahead.
It says, then said he unto me, this is the curse that go forth over the face of the whole earth. For everyone that stealeth shall be cut off as on this side, according to it, and everyone that sweareth shall be cut off as on this side, as on that side, according to it.
So you gotta understand, man. In the midst of this third world war that was about to happen, because people don't realize, they think that everything's okay and everything's fine, and it's not. All right, you want to party, bullshit, smoking, joke, giving into marriages. Everybody's just moving on like everything's okay, and it's not. Your economy's dying. It's always somebody got to understand. It's that snake shit. America's done, man. And the problem with that is that all these nations that were connected to America are dying with it, and they're mad. So you see, it's easy to see how when it says the nations were mad. All right, it's easy to see how the nations are going to turn on Babylon, and they're all going to fire their arrows on Babylon. All right, because the debt, the American debt, just went to 35 trillion, but we know the real debt is like 200-something trillion.
And they ain't cut a dime off this shit. It's just growing.
And they owe money to a lot of their a lot of their friends. They see it right, and they're looking at all their friends, and all their friends I'm almost ready to camp my stick ready. But all their friends that they owe money to, they're angry. They're angry about the destruction of their societies, man. And they're gonna lash out at Babylon.
It's funny, they owe Japan so much money. They don't drop a bomb on Japan, man. They done almost got rid of these people, and now you borrow from them. Now that they done they done raised up their interest rate, look what happened to the stock market. Everything done fucking damn near collapsed.
Right.
I thought you were going to speak about China because America tried to pay off the debt to China. China took that money like they were doing. China is kicking the dollar off. So this is why BRICS is coming up. It's coming up.
And that's what's happening. Go ahead, bro.
The BRICS is coming up because China and these other countries, India, another country, they say that we're not dealing with America on this dollar. This is the last week or two. These countries are just called in and telling, man. It's in the news, man. So everything's being escalated and grappling up.
And the crazy thing is that we saw this years ago. All right, it took longer than we thought it would. But those at like 2012, when Russia and China announced that they were no longer going to be using American money, and they said they were going to be paying each other in their own currency, and made an alliance. Yep. And now look where we are. And all these other nations, including American allies, are joining on to Russia and China. So
Saudi Arabia just
that really was a death blow.
Exactly.
That was a death blow when the Saudis did that. So America has no other recourse except to go to war. Right? And they're gonna go to war on their own people. Because their own people are going to suffer greatly from this demise. They want this chaos, right? Because now they're telling, all these reports are coming out on all these videos about all these planned events. How the hell did we know all these things? Everybody's planning to do something to them. They might even mean to say that, but they said it. So that's the spirit, man. That's the spirit. But all these outside entities are planning all these things against America, and then they just happen to know each one. Like they sending you an email before they do the shit or something. I mean, it's like, right.
We do about 9/11 a week before
you got operatives in every damn place.
But you know what? For some of the devils, right? Before they do anything, they always say,
Well, that's how magic works. That's how their left-hand side energy works. You know, even when you go see a magician show, he has nothing up my sleeve.
Right.
He shows you. He has to show you before he does it. Right. So that's how the left-hand side shit works. This comes up to 5. That's a 350, 400-pound dude. All right. So
Rock left.
So yeah. Yep. Big rock. That shit made me go quiet. I ain't.
I don't say nothing to that motherfucker. Shit.
Shoot. Oh, I ain't worried about him in that fashion.
I ain't worried about it.
But the point is, you know, that it just it's not normal that you see a 6'5", 400-pound dude with press.
Yeah.
So that that would be number 6.
Yeah.
Hey, this shit is crazy, man.
And it's verse number 4. It says, I will bring it forth. Let me go back to 3 again. It says, then said he unto me, this is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth. For everyone that stealeth shall be cut off as of this side according to it. And everyone that sweareth shall be cut off as of that side according to this. I will bring it forth, saith the Lord of hosts, and it shall enter into the house of the thief.
Right. Now, into the house of the thief, which is Babylon, which is here in the back. It's like, are we not still in their hands? Do they not still have contractual law of us? They own us. We got birth certificates, driver's licenses, social security numbers. Those are all contracts that show ownership. All right. And in order for you to move about within their within that system, and then they, this is what they do, and then they trade those fictional characters that are created from those numbers. They trade you on the stock market. So what owners? Yeah, exactly. Right? So these people are still ruling over us. We're still found in their hands. All right? If we are yet to stay in our captivity. Matter of fact, let me find it. That numbers where it says come. He that stealeth the man. Exactly. Yeah, because you got it, bro.
Yes, sir. This is the book of Exodus 21 and 16. And he that stealeth a man and selleth him, or if he be found in his hand, he shall surely be put to death.
There it is, man. So the answer for slavery is death. And that's what's got to happen, and that's what's going to happen.
He that leadeth into captivity shall
go
go
into
into
captivity.
There it is.
He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword.
Right, here is the patience
And the faith of the saints.
The saints are patiently waiting, suffering, right, to put to the sword those who put them in captivity. And that's righteous according to the gospel. Right? And that's exactly what's going to happen. That's exactly what's going to happen. There's going to be a lot of chains, a lot of shackles, right, and a lot of bed bridges. Everything that they did unto us has to be done unto them double. That said the Bible. That said the Word. And there's no way around it. Paul just saying that song, so how you can't get over? So you can't get under it, right? What is that? You can't get around it. You can't get around the word of the Lord. It's a shield that can't be penetrated. Right? So whatever the Lord said, it goes forth. Go ahead, brother.
It says back in Zechariah 5 and 4, it says, I will bring it forth, saith the Lord of hosts, and it shall enter into the house of the thief, and into the house of him that sweareth falsely by my name.
Right, falsely, and what? When they painted up Cesare Borgia, all right, and when these people start calling themselves issues, all right, when they whitewashed all the history from the Dark Ages of medieval times, and made brainwash the whole world to think that was them, and now all this history is coming out, showing that they're not who they are.
Not them.
And it's embarrassing, shameful spirit upon their glory. Right? Everyone's coming against them. Yeah, they took actual history and started calling it theory. All right, because they don't want that history to come out.
Start banning.
You know.
What else are me and the brother were talking about? Esau is coming out with new books. Like he'll have this edition. Why? Because he's taking information out of the books.
Right.
Revision.
Right.
Yes, it's a revision. The revision means the truth has been taken out of it. And then you put lies in it, remove information to better suit your narrative. Because we figured that out just from years being in this truth. Because a lot of information that we can search and look up, a lot of it's been removed from the internet. And then a lot of books that we use, new editions are coming out and they're removing things. All right, it's like the New Zondervan's. It doesn't say that Ham is the forefather of the dark race, is not the Negro. They removed that part. All right.
You have the older version.
Yeah, exactly. So the newer versions they removed that. Just like when they took the Bible, all the scriptures that describe the Israelites as dark, complected, woolly-haired people, all those scriptures are removed or changed. All right.
I was trying to look up on Caucasian website that would say cave dwellers. You can't even find that definition.
There it is. Exactly.
Yeah.
Because the truth is just too condemned.
The price of
Oh man,
You know,
Right.
So it's
500,
look,
5,000.
I had a screenshot and I just deleted it. Matter of fact, let's see if I still have it. But there was a time period. There was a time when who was Esau? Edom was going for $32,000. $32,000. Someone screenshotted it and put it on my comic book. No, because we were killing them with that book.
He didn't believe the price. He had to go look up himself.
Yeah, and it was right before
So he had crushed it on something. He had to put a picture. I'm like, hold on, I thought you were talking shit. Put up there like, yeah, this is no, they're trying to hide it. Yeah, hiding information.
Yeah, that was a cold cut. Maybe let me see it. Check that out. Yeah, it was actually going for $32,000 once upon a time. The highest I had seen was 10 grand. Because nobody's gonna pay $10,000 for a book. But when they put it to 32,000, they were really afraid of what we were saying because they didn't want people to buy it. They wanted anyone to be able to go into that book, you know.
Esau, you know, he loved that.
They'll buy a painting quick.
He ain't gonna do shit with it.
He'll put it in the safe.
Well, the painting is an investment too, though.
Yeah.
They showed that in 2012 when they knew the world was spinning in, man. They were picking up all the real paintings. They were killing motherfuckers over the paintings in the movie, man. Yeah. The movie opened up with one of the dudes getting killed.
Over there, paint.
Over paint.
Yeah, I finally deleted it. I had it for a while. I was trying to find it.
It also be like in the trash, when the trash, you got all the pictures.
You got it in the trash, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. But you know, that truth just hurt Esau so bad that, you know, that's one of the things that he would do. He actually creates disinformation by revising books. Another thing they would do, they change the definitions.
Oh yeah, they always change.
You know, Newspeak, they remove definitions from dictionaries. Like those old dictionaries that I have that basically told you that Yiddish is another language. Spoken, you know, it basically said, it breaks it down, so there's a German, Hebrew, Slavic language, mixed language, spoken by the Jewish, written in Hebrew characters. Right. So what they tell you, and so that, but you won't find that definition in modern books. All right, you know how all those different Jewish almanacs from I think the oldest one was 1980s. When it says it was incorrect to refer to, or in the 1980 when it said modern jewelry is eating. You know, then you got the one that says you have the 1925, and then you have the 1905. Both pretty much told you that it was incorrect to refer to as a modern Israeli or Jew, you know, as an Israelite. And basically, they were telling you that they're not going to eat. Right, but now all of a sudden, you know, they're the people. You know, kind of like how all of a sudden Kamala Harris is Jacob.
Right.
All of a sudden.
It's like how nobody act like nobody seen none of this on these shows. Like, I'm Indian. Now all of a sudden, she always said she was black. I said, man, you know what I'm saying?
Now, the witchcraft is so heavy in America, man.
Crazy, man. And they really acting like she black. Like y'all can go and research and stuff and see what she was saying. She
You can even, yeah, they not. Research, read. No, nigga, read.
Shit, nigga.
No, that's all Jacob.
Fuck that book.
Right. If it ain't right, if it ain't on the evening news,
Man.
Oh my God.
What a white man saying it, that's
Oh,
right.
exactly.
That's their mindset.
That's their
Or
mindset.
World Star or
You seen that on the
social
news?
media.
You ain't seen that? I don't know what you're talking about. That's crazy how they keep it like
I had their ass on lockdown, man. And so the youth started coming against it.
7.
Damn, what the hell?
Number 7.
This shit crazy.
And then that homie got like me.
what the fuck?
He ain't no good in the
He
fight.
about 62. He ain't no good, man. He about 6'2", 6'3" with some double D.
Yeah, they all
I ain't
about
never
the
seen
same.
this many men with
Crazy.
in my life, man. This shit is crazy.
Epidemic. Fun.
Like on the same
And all right here. Damn, I don't see that. You can see that shit back in Boys Town. Even the Boys Town dudes is like, what the fuck is going on here? You know? Yeah. Because he got a.
They said, ain't no chemicals running off the
Oh, the kidneys, working the kidneys, you know, and the liver working overtime. That's all they need.
Damn. I never even thought about that.
It's hurting.
Because she a woman of color at this point.
Yeah, exactly. That's good.
You know?
Pero nada, saca.
But here, found this one. I wasn't looking for this, but I'll read it anyway. And this is from a book called The Khazar's Kingdom. The Khazar Kingdom's Conversion to Judaism. Page 267. Because Khazars usually allied with the Byzantine emperor against the Arab, although they often coveted the Byzantine claims of Crimea. The first 100 years of their history was essentially a fierce struggle with the Arabs for Azerbaijan and for control of the trade routes leading to Iran. Contacts between the Byzantine and Khazars must have been well established, for the Khazar and Byzantine dynasties intermarried. Justinian II ruled from 685 to 711, married Theodora. This is heavy history, because it's giving you names, dates, times, and people that you can be researched and looked up. All right? He married Theodora, a sister of the Khazar emperor, in 698, proving that these people actually existed. And these Khazars converted to Judaism. Duh. Right? And Crimea is where Ukraine is today.
Right.
You know, Crimea, Ukraine, the Khazarian Empire was in the area of Ukraine and Crimea, and the Ukrainian Azov, the damn Nazi unit. You know, because I find it funny that they're the same people as the Jewish people, but yet they claim how they hate Germans and they hate Nazis so much. Well, Ukraine is full of Nazis. They fight.
Exactly.
It don't make sense. Because the truth of the matter is they're the same people. All right? Because that's what happened. People that occupy Turkey, Erdogan and his people, they're Khazars too that accepted Islam. And then the rest of them are the issues. All right? But it says the sister of the Khazar, Triziak, baptized Irene in 733. Their son became Emperor Leo IV, They will also cause our origin. For instance, Photius, the Patriarch of Constantinople, 858 to 867, 877 to 886. Despite these direct ties, no Byzantine author, not even a historian Theophanes, or learned Shalom. It says, it says no learned emperor, or the learned emperor Constantine the seventh, Philo, whatever, I don't even know how to pronounce his name, made any mention of the conversion of the Khazar kingdom to Judaism. So, and so they didn't want to talk about this, because they didn't want it to come out. But it's too late, because this information exists. These books exist. All right. Okay. I hope that thing will slip and fall on the track. Yeah, it's a strange day, man. I literally just counted 7 dudes with titties.
Yeah.
7. And the last one had some like some kings.
Oh, look, they standing 6 foot.
Rest of them had,
I was listening. I heard you say something about it.
One of them was about 400 pounds, bro. He looked like Brock Lesnar.
Put it in
The flip, not.
Was they walking this way?
Yeah, they walking.
I think I may have seen 1 or 2 of them myself.
Yeah.
Because I heard you say it, because I was dropping some work and dropping somebody off. And I'm coming back, and then I was like, must have been talking about that right there.
Right. There it is.
Yeah, man, shit.
Evidence.
Or the brother picking up some nigga on the bus off the top of the hill.
Yeah.
Thinking this shit.
Yeah, we really are tired of it. But that's just intriguing to me. I've never seen that many men breasts in one place at one time. All within like a 10-15 minute video. And I saw a couple before the cameras went on. And then while we were live, like 4 more walked by. So they must be having a gathering. The dude with titties cameras.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
That's all right. They're going to get that fire punch.
Yeah, they're going to get correction.
That's it.
They're going to get correction because,
beautiful part about it, that means now Shaq got to come back.
That's it. Because it said it was going to, wickedness got a height to it. So it's going to get more wicked, more weird, maybe more chaotic, all that. So it can reach its height. And we got to just, suffer it, long suffer, just like the Lord. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I suffer.
That's it.
Today, I've been in like, I've been in 40 Let's see.
Right.
I walked my dog this morning, it was about 65.
Hey, so wrong,
right?
Wrong,
it was about 65 degrees. All right. Midway through the day when I was on the rooftop, when I was on the rooftop watching the pre-air show, the practice run, it was like 90 degrees up there when the sun came out.
Right.
Then the sun would go away, it would drop down to 70. Right? Yeah, it was up and down. And now it's toned down. This is actually comfortable now.
Oh yeah.
But it's still, I got out the car on the road, I said, let me grab my hoodie. You know what I'm saying?
The lake harbor picture to say.
Right. Yep.
Yeah, so the earth is out of course. Esau got everything twisted and mangled, screwed up.
Surely you're turning things upside down will be esteemed as the potter's clay. Because the Lord is coming to turn things right side up. See? Everything is backward ass right now, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so like I said, they were marveling, at this measly air defense system that they got. Like the blue angels. Right. It should be the blue demons. Right? Because the angels can do things, and so, everything's coming to a question or something. And we're excited. Somebody grab this scripture. Sirach, I think 24/7. living to see his enemy, because we're literally, you know, living. We're watching as our enemy's kingdom is falling. Right? And the funny thing is that some of the people know it's falling, but then the majority of the people don't have a clue.
Right.
They're trying to do home improvements. It's like, why are you worrying about improving your home? It's about the lights about to go out. You want your house to look real good when they sack it?
Right. Right.
You know?
Come to this house. Come to this house.
Right. Exactly. When they Rick James your couch, you know?
It's a building a better loyalty.
Right.
See, but the scripture says they shall build, but I shall throw down.
Right. And when we talked about that last week, I thought that building would have, you know, that what do they call it? The status?
Right. Historical status.
No. Landmark status.
Okay.
All right. You know, they tore down a landmark.
That's what I like.
You know, yeah. Well, how could you not?
No, no.
If you didn't, I would have a problem. But you know, the fact that we're looking over what was a college campus, and the brother said that before they tore it down, the white girls were putting signs in the window talking about come get this pussy.
Yeah, it's being this building.
Everyone,
Yeah.
they still been in
That's the dorm building.
when the brothers out here teaching, they put up the signs. It's like, right, put them books down and come, you know. So Esau's ready for the taking, man. His kingdom is all that. But somebody got that scripture.
Yeah. This is Ecclesiasticus or Sirach, chapter 25, verse 7. It says, there be 9 things which I have judged in my heart to be happy, and the 10th I will utter with my tongue. A man that hath joy of his children, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemy.
There it is, man. Because we can't really enjoy our children on the side. Your enjoyment with your children is very short-lived. All right? Especially now, because, you know, like, you know, I look at my granddaughters, man. I love my babies, you know, my grandson, and then I get angry because I know what they're facing,
Right.
what they're being told in school.
Yep.
You know, and then the way you have to worry about them, in a way, I mean, you always have to worry about and watch your children,
Right.
but even more so now.
Yep.
You know,
Yeah.
even more so now. I mean, I grew up in an era where we went outside and we played from sun up to sundown. But children can't do that anymore.
Yep.
You know?
Literally, you gotta be outside.
You gotta be there with them.
You gotta literally watch your kids play.
Yeah.
You hear the Lord Governor Nelson did in California for the kids? They said they can go to school, whatever they want. They're in school. They got to the parents. They decide to do such change or whatever.
Yeah.
Left out the house for them, go to school, you be a girl. You want to dress them off. They can be at school waiting for them.
Yeah, and this is true. And now they got laws on the books. And they got laws on the books. Oh no, we saw him already. No, and then they got laws on the books where they can do things to your children.
This one?
If your children without you signing for it, without you, right? If the child decides that they want to do something at school, then the schools will do it. And they won't tell you. So basically, they're supplanting parents from having control over their own children.
Right.
They take control of your kids. Once your kids get to their school, they take control of your kids and take them off into a certain room and they answer a bunch of questions. You know, if you feel like this, Johnny, you can beat that. Don't let nobody tell you.
Don't let your mom or your dad.
Nobody. We'll help you. If that's what you want to be, we'll get you through this process and all this bullshit, man.
And that's why America's about to go to war and they have no soldiers.
Go.
Right? Because you softened up. You softened up and for a lack of a better word, crucified. You have no men to choose from. Right? You have these.
And then came and said,
that nigga was like, throw some D's on it. He said, what you want? I want some D's on it.
Hey. God damn.
Go ahead, brother.
It's Psalm 58:10. The righteous shall rejoice when he seeth the vengeance. He shall wash his feet in the blood of the wicked, so that a man shall say, verily, there is a reward for the righteous. Verily is the power that judges the earth.
And that's a powerful scripture because the Lord is actually saying that they're going to be righteous men who are going to wash their feet in the blood of the wicked. And then he's turning around and tell you that it's righteous for them to do so. It's a righteous judgment for when it happens. And that's actually a part of my prayers every night. That's part of my prayers. And the Lord not taking the spirits away from me. Right? There's two things I pray almost daily. Very rare that will come out of my mouth after I put up the curses and the blessings.
Same here.
Right?
Same here.
And I think that another thing too, collectively with the true men of the Lord, the men of the great millstone and the brothers who teach the likewise doctrine, with all of us praying those curses like that, thing was from the time that the apostle said that, we watched the society, just like we watched all the prophecy begin to speed up as we started, as the years went by, as we were teaching. But then we started putting those curses up, things started really put on the gas, man. Yeah. Bring it out, brother.
This 2 Thessalonians 1 and verse 6, seeing it is a righteous thing with God to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you.
Yeah. Go ahead and expound on it, brother.
Hey, as the elder was going into, the Heavenly Father, he's just, he's upright. And he's going to allow us to do unto the other nations that all of these nations had a part of our spoils to be able to get that judgment back.
Yeah, and punish them for their wickedness.
Yeah, well, here it is. We forsook our Father and forsook the righteous way and wandered into the ways of carnality and wickedness, and he allowed these heathen nations to jack us up. So here it is. He's going to allow his special chosen children, starting off with the elect, to be a part of giving them their punishment.
Exactly.
You see? That's how it go, man. And he said it's the brother just read it. It's a righteous thing with the Most High God. You see? So it don't matter of people establishing their own righteousness. It matters what the Most High say, because it says by Him actions are weighed.
Right, because people will come against us for speaking about out against the 6 foot creed and like double D.
Exactly.
They will come against us and say that we're bad people and
Yep.
we're all this, that,
Yep.
and the other for speaking out, for speaking against them.
Yep.
Why are you making jokes and making fun of him?
Right.
Well, because he's wrong.
Yep.
Right? And then he's got to, and the Lord going to punish him for that.
Yes, because that's a cancer, man. We don't like cancer. All right, we don't like mindsets that leads to death.
And what now what happens when my 5-year-old granddaughter's standing here and they're looking at him and they're asking me questions?
Right, and they're impressionable.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm trying to explain to them, or one of the brother's children. It's like, I don't know. We don't want to have to explain that. We don't want them to see that. That's not right.
That's it. That's it.
Bring it out, brother.
It's Isaiah 5:20. Woe unto them that call evil good,
Right.
and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter.
And who do that? Who do that? The wicked.
Yeah.
And it's in their power. It says, because it is in the power of their hand, man, to do so, man. It's the wicked that's doing that, man. That's allowing this. That's pushing it, not just allowing it. They're actually pushing this agenda, man. Go ahead.
Verse 21. Woe unto them that are wise in their own eyes,
Yep.
and prudent in their own sight.
That's it.
Establishing their own righteousness, what they think is right.
That's it.
And that's you calling evil good. That's what this world is about.
Yep.
And when it come down to this word, y'all try call this evil.
Yep.
You're absolutely right, Elder.
And it-
Go ahead, brother.
No, I was gonna say in Job, it says the joy of the hypocrite is but for a moment, man. All right. The matter of fact, let me just grab that.
Why you getting that?
Yes, sir.
Let me get this. This is Isaiah 10 and 1. Because like he said, they put good for evil, evil for good. And then they make laws to penalize you for speaking out against you. All right. This is Isaiah 10 and 1. It says, woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees. They write grievousness which they have prescribed. All right. To turn aside the needy from judgment and to take away the right from the poor of my people.
Yep.
All right, the right for us to identify wickedness is wickedness.
Right.
The right for us to identify righteousness is righteousness. All right? They take away.
Yeah.
Right? It says,
Back to that the second time you said, you understand the word woe don't mean stop. Oh wait, hold up, no, destruction.
Yeah.
That's what that word woe means, destruction of the spirits.
right. And then it says, and the widows may be their prey, and that they may rob the fatherless. And this is how they operate. I mean, look what they're doing to the Palestinians. All right. Now, you know, it's not like we got something going. Palestinians took place. You know, they're mostly Ishmaelites. They took place in our suffering too. But on the flip side of that coin, we got to call wickedness when we see it. What they're doing to those people is unrighteous and wickedness. All right, and if it were in our kingdom, that wouldn't be allowed to be done.
Right.
You know, them good slaves and concubines.
Destroying.
What the hell wrong with you?
Right.
Good work.
Okay?
They calling them over to a place to get food, and then they drop a bomb on them.
Right.
And they get caught sodomites in the middle. They catch you.
Yeah.
They playing around.
They on some wicked shit.
So you
Yeah. Getting
Exactly. Yeah. And all that, and that's why they raided John Ritter's home. Lord
Yeah,
will.
come.
I got a video with John Ritter, and now they made him mad. He going even harder now. He's saying that the Israelis need to be eliminated. They need to be wiped off the face of the earth. They made him mad. He going even harder now, man. Yeah, and I've been saying, man, they going. And I said about a month ago, they gonna kill this nigga. They gonna kill. They gonna mess around and kill John Ritter. He gonna all of a sudden meet with an accident.
Right, suicide.
You know, he gonna get one of them aside suicide. I mean, one of them accidents.
Right.
You know, they gonna put Hillary on him. You know, Hillary make that call, man. The dudes are black. Yeah. Make it look like an accident. Right. All of a sudden, you know, somebody just died. It looked like an accident. Hey, look, the Clintons had about 70 witnesses against them in their trial that shit they were going through. What was it, River, Whitewater, whatever it was called? All that stuff that they were going through. Every one of them. All of them. The police officers and everybody that saw the files and saw the information, anybody who read it or looked at it, it's done.
Accident.
Just the same thing happened with everybody, every eyes that laid eyes on Hunter Biden's laptop while they were talking about Diddy. You know, we were like, what about the laptop? You know, while they were talking about Diddy, we were like, what about the Epstein list? Okay? So they're right, because you have to understand, like I'm always telling my wife, we live in a society where the white male has to always look like have the appearance of being the hero and the good guy. Right? So for example, they have all-out race riots over London, civil unrest and race riots. And they're saying, and what they're saying, they're talking about it's the Muslims, it's the Muslims, it's the Muslims. Alright? But guess who's getting hung? Jake is over there they finding Jake hanging from trees. They finding Muslims hanging from trees. But they saying that they were talking. So basically, when they were showing all the white men, all the white nationalists who were burning down the police station and fighting with the police and beating up Jake, the verbiage that they were using was very softened as compared as like the
Black Light.
exactly, what was his name, the dude that they made a hero.
The nigga with the knee on his neck.
Yeah, that nigga.
Trayvon Martin.
Yeah, well, not him, but Floyd. Yeah, no, we don't call him knee on the neck nigga. All right, they're right. They made a hero out of him. But the point is when Jake acted up, they called them hoodlums and savages. So now you got all this footage. You can watch the video. Lord's will, I'm gonna use it too. I saved it. Of this Edomite former soldier showing the footage of all these white men turning over cars, burning up police stations, fighting with police, beating up black people, beating up Arabs, all right? And they fighting each other too. But yeah, one of the things they walking around with hammers and knives and gasoline. So they walking down the street, crowds throwing gasoline on people, lighting them up. Or grabbing hammers and beating people and stabbing people up. All right, so it's
like gangs in New York.
it's pretty much. It's gangs, right? This happened in London as I'm speaking.
Yeah.
Girls getting stabbed.
Hey,
the elder bro, Macau Khan, he had put some videos up. He had put some videos up on that of all that stuff that's going on.
Yeah, so it's going down.
And he's there. He's there.
And we know the Lord got them, man.
Yep.
Right? You know, the brothers is over there. We know the Lord got them. But the thing is that that's moments away from happening here. Where everybody's partying bullshitting and thinking that it's not. It's coming here, and when it comes here, it's gonna be way worse than them. You know, because you know what? The last thing I want to see is a crowd of Edomites and anybody coming to me with hammers and knives. You know, I know what I'm capable of, but you know, but a mob of people with hammers and knives,
Right.
throwing acid on people and throwing gasoline on people, lighting them up. And then they only let you burn in peace. Then while you burning, they come over and stab you up.
Damn.
You got 5 people stabbing you and shit.
Damn.
They going buck wild. In London is literally burning. They turned up over there.
And Europe and UK is a different
Venezuela
vibration.
as well.
Nigeria.
They're not like they're
So
not American.
it's uprisings all over the world, man. So somebody grab that second Ezra. So it's happening, man. At the same time, the war drums are not only beating, the armies are marching. Right? It's Lord of the Rings, man. You know, they marching now. Right. And now that these armies are about to face off, man.
More time.
You know, this shit is here. All right? And it's not going to prolong, you know, this shit is getting ready to go down. Matter of fact, I was listening to the one guy say that they just foiled another plan to assassinate the president again. And they just foiled it. Yeah, said they intercepted some Iranian. Well, I believe they lying. All right, they just making shit up. I believe that they're lying. But because the point is that the Iranians ain't got no problem with Trump. All right, you know, Trump did what he did to, you know, but that's not their issue. It's the Edomites here in America that don't want it. So did the Iranians have anything to do when all those CIA and police officers stood down? When all the citizens, we all pointing at the sniper on the roof, we all pointing, and they.
Right.
And y'all on roofs and everything.
Right. And we like, hey, he's right there. He's right. And they just, so Bill, you gonna make another donut run? I mean, it's like, it's the snipers up there, and they're ignoring them. So, you know, so that whole thing, that looks extremely suspect, and that had nothing to do with Iran. That had nothing to do with Pakistan. That had nothing to do with India. That had everything to do with white America. All right? That's what that had to do with. Okay? But we really get the best out of this stand today, huh?
How run is that? Oh shit. Oh man, I just saw man, this 3-on-1.
I see.
That's the spirit. That's cold blooded. Hey, may the Lord do what the Lord do.
Hey, Jake innovated. We just saw Jake ride by on the scooter with about he had about 5-6 cases of water on the scooter. And he's speeding by. You know, it's Jake.
We make it happen, Captain. Hey, this is when London in Europe. That's a whole other different vibration. I just, you know, comes off what's going on there in UK right now. They even in France, they go let so much bullshit go far because they're able to uprise the people. Right now, I saw one of the memes about they have about 9 or 10 different places around the earth right now that's all in riots and uproar right now. And uproars the people. This is that time.
And most of them are countries that are connected to that was connected to America financially, or America sending their proxies in there to do stuff, man. And like we said, these nations are angry with the stock market thing, and it's basically American allies, and all these allies are now starting to look at America sideways, and the whole BRICS thing is looking much more lucrative and So what do you think they're gonna go to, man? You standing here outside of you stand outside of a restaurant, you know, and you look in the one window, man, the dude picking his nose. You know, he picking his nose and open pots. All right, then you look in there in the next restaurant, and everybody's clean and professional in there. It's just right. It's right. You know, so the dude there that's picking his nose and still stirring the pot. So you ain't trying to go in there. Right? That's basically the American financial banking system. The nations don't want to deal with it.
Back in the day, the money used to be silver certificates, backed in silver and gold. All right? What the BRICS offer now is gold. What America's now offering is Federal Reserve notes, just a IOU, a reflection of debt.
Another one, bees and a beard.
Wait a minute. D's in the beard. I'm glad I missed it.
That's number 8.
I don't want to see it.
That's number 8.
Lord, how the hell you got a beard in the
I don't know what's going on right around here. This Loyola dude's weird with titty scene, man. I said that's even weird for Boys Town. We don't see that shit in Boys Town.
They say them games over there. Like,
He was 6'3".
Yeah. We saw one look like Brock Lesnar. The gay version. Right? The dude was almost 400 pounds, man. He's about a good 375, about 6'4". Right? And he also has some ginormous. Yeah. Oh no, that wasn't even him. It was one bigger than him. And he was full of tattoos. All right. So it's a very weird vibration going on right here. You know, this would be even weird for some ancient Romans.
they be like, damn.
The fucking style.
Right.
Hey,
Caligula,
you want the second episode 15?
Bring it out. Matter of fact, we can bring them both out, man. Start at 15.
Okay.
Because that's where we are. Because they're talking about Iranian hackers, Chinese hackers. So the banking system is a threat. Is now threatened. Now you got this new foiled attempt, a second assassination attempt on Trump now. It's just non-stop, and then the Israelis being, exposed for what they're, all their lies. It's real hot right now. And they deployed 4,000 Marines to Western Asia last week. And see, I don't know if people understand how the military works, all right? But I've always told brothers, when the Army deploys, when they send Navy ships, it's not that serious a matter. Once Marines start deploying, it's serious because you got to understand, Marines are tip of the spear. All right, when they send in Marines, because they don't send Marines to go sit, they send Marines to go penetrate something. And that's how the military works. The Marines go and they penetrate some shit, all right? And you got the Air Force and the Navy are their taxi. The Air Force taxis the Marine Corps around. The Air Force and the Navy provides air support to soften up the target if they're going to go penetrate. And then they go and they penetrate that area. And it's the Army's job to come sit on that shit so it doesn't get taken back. That's how it works. The Marines go in, they take it. The Army comes in and sits on it, and so that they don't get taken back. And then the Marines go to the next objective. That's how they do. And so then they try to secure everything in between to where they went, and then the Army comes sit on that too. But this time, it's not, that shit ain't gonna work. And you don't have enough soldiers. We looking at dudes with titties. You don't have, and all of them are fighting. And look, who they gonna go fight, man? All right, see, you've pampered and confused these people, as to what a man and a woman is, and then trying to, and blurred the lines, and now you don't have a fighting force that's even capable of fighting. So what are you gonna do? You gonna take all these foreigners that came in? And some of them are gonna fight against you. You got problems, man.
What about the Russian? It's like
It's still a 80 kilometers.
Yeah.
They've been a permanent base in Cuba. Yeah, and they're making one in Mexico.
Yeah.
Hey, it's still water. It's still there. So.
Just to back you up with how you send your best first, this is Numbers 2 and 9. All that were numbered in the camp of Judah were 100,000 and 4,000 and 6,400 throughout their armies. These shall first set forth. You send your most dynamic, you send the ones with the most damage, that's going to actually.
Hey, Kwame Yasharala.
Kwame Yasharala. Right? And so like you said, the Marines, it's all basically like when the Lord said, send Judah first. Go up there and send these mighty men over there to go ahead and put a dent in this, and then they'll collapse the family. This is going down because I remember you said that, and they showed up sitting there.
Why you saying that? The brother yells Kwame Yasharala out the window. Come on,
Iowa Place. Iowa Place? Yeah. There you go. They doing good workouts right now. And this truth is over, man. This is all over the place, man. All right?
That's why vocab is one of this failed campaign.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Didn't work.
right.
Set up. Did you see that video with the one dude who said that, I think I sent it to you on the gram, but he was basically saying showing how he got a big ass house, stuff next to him against people, and it's like, man, if anybody want to make this man want to live like this, want to live the message against people, like, thank you, vocab, thank you, this is vocab. Thank you, vocab.
Wow.
He said, become a Jesuit because we get this money. He said, if you want to live like this, fly over here. And he did another thing like, hey, I'm in this island or whatever, and I'm over here and live big. All you have to do is make videos,
So men with garments down to the foot with borders of blue that teach the gospel of the 12 tribes. The gospel of the Bible, basically. That's the threat. That's the true threat. We don't have bombs and guns and all that shit.
What did the Jewish
We
woman
simply
say?
have the truth. She said the biggest threat to Israel is black people in America. What is not just so-called black people. It's Israelites in America and Israelites around the world. Because our brothers over there, in London and in other parts of the world, they're doing great damage against your lives. Right? Preach the gospel of Yahweh. Go ahead and bring out that answer again.
All right, this is the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 15, verse 14. It says, woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. And one people shall stand up and fight against another.
We're seeing it all over the world right now. And you think that it's not going to happen in America, when it happens here, and you know what? And a lot of people know it now. When I was with Tanya earlier, we went to watch the pre-show on her roof. She showed me her bug out bag. She ordered a book, a survival book, a book about how to survive when the lights go out. And she didn't even know it came with a whole bag. She showed me the bag. It's got the water in it and the antiseptic pills and all the little portable stove and portable tent and the makeshift bag, everything. I'm like, damn. I don't know what she got it from. But the point is, that at least she has the right mindset.
That vibration is out there.
That vibration is out there, was the point of the saying. All right?
It says, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands.
Right. And literally over there in London, they literally got 9 swords in their hands, man. Hammers. A sword is any weapon, and then the ultimate sword today is the firearm, the guns, right? And there's plenty of those. There's more guns in America than people. So,
the majority of the UK, they don't have guns like that. Even the police, only 30 police officers aren't even allowed to carry guns. When I lived over there, to see a police with a gun was like out of 20 to maybe 30 police officers, maybe one of them got one. It wasn't a regular gun, it was an assault rifle. They didn't even carry regular handguns.
Yeah.
It was an assault rifle. Not to say they might not have one of them. I was so in the day, like, God damn, they walk around like AK, like what the hell? But the majority of the MPs, they were just regular. They came up to me.
Yeah, they just got a stick.
Right, that's it. That's it.
Yep. Verse 16. It says, for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another.
Yeah.
They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power.
It's funny that's going on right now. When you know the Democrats, Republicans, and Trump versus Kamala and so forth, there's so much division in American politics right now. If they, I was listening to some, I don't know, it was Gardner or the open-minded industry, I can't remember because everybody, every pundit is speaking the same thing right now. That's how you know what time we're living in.
Yeah.
Right? And they basically said, you damned if you do, you damned if you don't. If you set up and don't let Trump in, then you're gonna have these people come up and rise up. If you do put Trump in, you're gonna have these other people rise up. And no matter who you put up, it's gonna be some shit.
Yep.
Right, and there's another thing too. They're trying to enact the 14th Amendment, and see that's gonna go feed right into what you just read, because what that 14th Amendment, what that rule does is that what they're trying to say is that any individual that has ever that was ever part of any movement to overthrow the government or cause insurrection or whatever cannot run and be eligible for president. So literally what that means is that if Donald Trump, even if he wins, all right, which more than likely he will unless they interfere, all right, if he wins, then they're going to remove him from office. They're going to remove him from Yeah, they're going to remove him from office. If they let that man win, and then remove him from office, you best believe City Hall will be on fire. Probably about 10 minutes later. All right? Okay? And it's not going to be by Negroes, Latinos, or Native Americans. Like, it's going to be by white males. That's guaranteed. And democratic cities, these big strongholds like Chicago, there's going to be a lot of attacks on people of color. They're gonna have a field day in this area when the good old boys ride through here. Cause they're gonna have niggas, figures, Arabs, Africans, and they're gonna have 6 foot tall dudes with beans. They're gonna have plenty of targets around here, man. Cause you know them good old boys, they definitely don't want them guys like that around them either. You know, because or at least not in the open.
Not in the open.
Yeah. You know, so it's about to be some mess.
That's it.
All right, it's seriously about to be some mess.
So continuing on, 2nd Esdras chapter 15, verse 17. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able.
Yeah, because they're gonna shut down everything, man. All right, they're gonna put up. I mean, look how you can't. You know, if you go walk through right now, you can go walk all over around Grant Park, around Millennium Park. But when they put up a lot of paloozers, you know, the way they were able to put up gates like that, I'm thinking, damn, how easy is it going to be able to do that in neighborhoods?
Right.
When you want to block off and cordon off certain neighborhoods, and then we all saw that with a cordon sanitarius from watching that series that they only get one season of. And now we know why, because the C119 thing came a couple years later. Now we see why it was only one season of it. You know, with all the masks and right. But how they use the box cars, you know, both for the truck and the trains, stacked 3 stories high, blocked off, cordoned off the whole neighborhood. Yeah. It was about 4 miles wide, about 5 miles long, cordoned off the whole thing.
People drive by 47, when you drive down 47 to 43rd by those big massive rail cars.
They got them, they like 10 stories high.
I mean,
they even added to them.
Yes.
So
and they go deep blocks and blocks.
And they got them over by me too. So when you take all those, you got that yard over there.
Right.
So when you take all those train cars, you're gonna be able to block off certain neighborhoods and put turrets and machine guns and soldiers there. You know, and if you cross a line, you know, they gonna heat you up. They send that hot lead your way. We told you not to, you know. And they're gonna enforce, and then they're gonna be enforcing it. Shoot, that make you want to go up here.
It's just bittersweet.
High parking.
I know it's worse.
Man.
You know?
But in Bosco, and matter of fact, they already we're getting you ready for it. Because every time you'll bring out salt trucks to block it off, doing certain things, block off certain area. You think you walk through an area like, oh shit, I can't drive, I gotta go back up. They'll put barriers and so forth. That's how we talked about in the past. If there's a big crisis, you're gonna raise the bridges. That's what Esau does. He orders you to where he can control you. So what's going to change when shit really hit the fan? Why are they developing 15-minute cities? How can they control the 15-minute cities? They're going to have strategically areas mapped out where mathematically you get to one side to the other side in 15 minutes, and everywhere to get inside it, like the scripture says, a man should desire to enter
on a bike.
Right.
They want to take away cars.
Right. And even those Teslas that was in that movie that was all bunched up on the expressway. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. And they control them cars with nobody in them. You know what I'm saying? Yep. These things ain't just no movie, man. You know?
What they trying to do, what they planning.
That's it. What they call it?
They always have to tell.
Yeah, predictive programming.
Yeah, so like it's like what you was talking about earlier. They always tell you what they're gonna do before they do it.
Yeah.
And the ex-president funded the movie. Come on.
Right. Kawinky.
It was a
Right, as they're building, as they're actually building a damn temple to this sodomite, you know, and his husband.
You had something?
Yeah, 2nd Ezra 15 and 17. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able.
That's ready.
Go.
Hey, come bring it out. Hey.
I mean, he brought it to what I just said. That's going to happen. That's prophecy.
That's
that
what
means
I'm talking about.
Exactly. It's written and it's going to happen. And it's already been happening. It's about to happen again.
Yep. So continuing on, verse 18, it says, 2nd Ezra 15 and 18, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, and houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. You see, these are the things that's about to happen right soon. You see, you're going to want to be led by the Spirit, man, and understand what's going on. That's why Isaiah 33 and 6, he says, for wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times. Wisdom and knowledge of what? Of the will of the Father, of the righteousness of the Father, all right, of the prophecies, all right, and all these things that he said that was going to come to pass, which are the prophecies, man. You see, those who know these things is going to be cooler than the other side of the pillow, like I always like to say, as opposed to, you know, going crazy. Like when you're not stable in your mind, all right, man, you bugging out. Exactly.
It's like delusion.
Yep. And so it says, a man shall, verse 19, a man shall have no pity on his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation.
Right. So when this food, you know, when there's no food supplies coming into the city,
Yep.
the markets are gonna get jumped. Just walk down the street, coming back.
Man.
He better have a squad with him.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
What was happening back
Because he rolling like that by himself.
Martyrs.
Ham and Kushites gonna roll up on him, pack his ass up, and run off with his, run off with his bag.
What's that going on with the C219? Where were people,
They
people grocery stores, and they think they can come home, get their stuff out the car, just to get their shit taken. Right, thank you very much.
All the roadies out there.
It's happening heavy in California. It's happening a lot.
You know, one old girl saying, you could just take whatever you want, whatever you can, you just go. That was the plan. You know what I'm saying? That was the plan. And taking you. Yeah. That's it. All right. And we're telling you these things, man, giving you the warning right now. All right. So you can get yourself together, straighten up and fly right, so you can be led by the Spirit and taken care of by the Spirit power of Yahweh Shai, man.
Yeah, because the truth of the matter is, I don't care how mighty you are, how strong you are, how well you fight, whatever, any of that. If the Lord is not with you, all right. If the Lord is not with you, you're not gonna make it.
I gotta push up, Bob.
What's this?
Right.
Hey, so I can't wait to know these beasts. Everybody got a damn beast. When you can't feed these beasts, the beasts gonna eat you.
Yeah, man. Matter of fact, now that you brought that up, there's a story that I actually plan to do a lesson on. And it's about a tiger. Let me see if it's sticking on my phone. started reading the story, I was like, dang, gotta do a lesson on this one. That's another thing.
Yeah, see, but again, this is why the prophets are out here to warn you. Like it says in Jeremiah 28:8, the prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries, against great kingdoms, of war and of evil and of pestilence. All right, because that's what happens at the downfall of any particular kingdom. You see? And the scripture says that these things are going to happen when you rule with unrighteousness, all right, with unrighteous ways, like it says, injuries and riches got by deceit. All right, the kingdom, all right, is translated from one people to another, and it's no different now. This is going to be the last translation, man. All right, and before our Lord and Savior comes, all right, you're going to have all these things going down. The same thing that happens when a kingdom is going down. All right, these different nations, they see the chinks in the armor, all right, and then that's why the scriptures in that Psalms 2, why does the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing, all right, because what's happening is these nations, they have a ruling class mentality and they want to be the superpower. So when they see the superpower that's in power currently, all right, and they see the chinks in the armor, all right, they vying for the next top spot, you see? But this is all according to the will of the Father, man. He already got who next, all right? And forever, which are the Israelites, the special chosen children, man.
I found that story, man, about, these beasts with teeth to tear and, the spirits created for vengeance.
Yes, sir.
And this was a crazy story. But it was a Siberian tiger that a poacher shot and wounded a tiger that had just made a kill. So he did some slick shit. He let the tiger get something that, he watched the tiger catch the prey. And instead of him shooting, he shot the tiger and wounded him and then stole the prey. Right? Look up, yeah. Right, it says, all right, and stole part of his recent kill. The tiger later found the cabin that the poacher was living in and waited at least 12 entire hours for the poacher to come home. Now, because they shortened the story there. The poacher wasn't there. So the tiger basically tore down the door, went there, and destroyed everything that had his smell on it. We knew it smelled. Then it came back, right? It says the tiger waited at least 12 hours for the poacher to come home. And the tiger then killed and ate the man upon his return. That's some crazy shit, man. So it's like, oh, this bitch nigga that shot me, right? Yeah, he wounded him, but he didn't die.
And then stole my shit.
He took his food.
I got him. I got your ass.
So get that scripture that the spirits created for vengeance.
So
the Lord did that then. What more? Come on. And that story intrigued me. I was like, what the?
That's power right there. That's scary right there.
Listen, he's following his smell. Oh, this where he stayed.
And that reminds me like of elephants. Elephants have a very keen sense of memory, and there's elephants that will do the same thing, and they'll say, "Oh, you fuck with me," or
It's years later, down the road.
right. And I found out through the spirit that they pass on, animals pass on to their unseen enemies to them. They communicate. They said that certain animals that if you bother them, that they will come attack you, but then when after they die, their children will continue to attack you.
Damn, they like David on his deathbed telling Solomon, don't let the sun go down. Get that.
Get him.
I got that Sirach or Ecclesiasticus chapter 39 verse 28. It says there be spirits that are created for vengeance.
So the spirit of that tiger was created for vengeance, man, because clearly that man had a death date with the Lord. All right, and he lived his whole life until it was time, and the Lord used that tiger to do it. All right, read.
It says, which in their fury lay on sore strokes.
Right, and their fury lay on sore strokes, man. Painful strokes. Giving pain as he's doing it. Go ahead.
It says, in the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him
Right.
that
So
made them.
It appeases the wrath of the Lord which made it, man. Like I said, this story still, it just blew my mind when I read it, man.
Yep.
Right.
It reads on. Fire and hail and famine and death, all these were created for vengeance.
Right. Fire has a life in it, man. The spirit in it.
Teeth of wild beasts
Teeth of wild beasts.
and scorpions, serpents, and the sword punishing the wicked to destruction.
Right. And you know, when a Siberian tiger, man, when they stand up, you know, their head is like way up here somewhere. All right? You know? Their head is like way, you know, they're huge, man. All right?
So I'm trying to eradicate them. So scary.
Yeah. When they stand up, their heads are like this. When they walk, the tiger is actually taller than the lion. If you show, you know, that they're taller. All right? The lion is thicker and heavy in the full-grown male. But the average, a full-grown male tiger is around 700 pounds. Every now and then you'll have a freaking nature tiger that's actually as big as a lion, which is frightening. Because the truth of the matter is the tiger is even more agile than the lion is.
And they kill them.
Yeah, they kill, and because lions hunt packs, tigers kill in solo, so they're even more dangerous.
I'm not going to read it all, but it says this. Crows also hold on grudges and pass it on to their offspring, even subsequent generations.
Wow. So, son, this family, this house, you gonna shit on their cars forever. Yes. So there you go, man. Right.
That's over. That's
Yeah.
only the power of the Lord. You can't escape. There ain't no escaping, man.
Now you gonna tell them, wait for them to clean it. No, don't. Right. Wait till it's shiny.
Right.
And
Right.
if you know birds are actually they're valiant. All right. A bird with this bird had as a nest of there was some baby young nest chicks whatever. If you came too close to that bird would sacrifice himself by coming at you and pick you
Yeah.
from attacking you.
I seen them do it to hawks.
Yes.
To falcons. Birds, when they fly too close to their nest, the mother and father come out and start pecking at and birds are prey.
Yes. Hey, get away from me.
Right.
Get away because that maternal instinct comes out. All right, and the Lord put a spirit into the crows where they can do a lot of mimicry and do a whole lot. They're the most intelligent.
They're very intelligent.
Creatures. They use tools and everything. They can't get an object. They'll say, "Wait a minute, I get this twig, break it off, and this way, and I can go ahead and get it out." You don't play with the Lord because the Lord controls the spirits, man, and the Lord controls the spirits of the animals, man. That's why I love the movie Avatar. When it showed you one of the people who take down, like the Lord of Sabaoth, one of the armies of the Lord is his creatures, man.
Yeah.
The Leviathan's coming.
And he says we're going to be in lead. So what happens when we going against the nations and all, you know, we're somewhere hunting down Elam and over in India and Pakistan and all that, and then they're trying to, you know, and then the tigers come out and join us. I mean, you don't know what's going to happen, man. You know?
That's beautiful, man. Against it.
Right, because we're going to be in league with even the beasts, man.
And
All
they
right.
worship some of these animals.
Right.
And
Yeah.
they'll be able to control it.
That's what fucked them up.
Yeah. And I mean, we seen the story too when the elephant killed that woman, and then they had a funeral, and they went to her funeral and knocked over her casket and stomped ass out again. Y'all see that story? Yeah. It trampled her to death. And then they had the funeral to honor her. He was like, oh, y'all honoring this bitch? He went to her funeral and re-killed her again.
Damn.
Right?
Made sure.
Made sure.
Hold on.
Right. Yeah, man. So, you know, like you said, the teeth of peace, the Lord ain't playing, man.
Nah.
All right? He ain't playing. In this place, and second entrance is upon us, man.
The tree, the Lord said in Isaiah the 14th chapter, the trees said, "There's no fellow to come to chop us down anymore." There's a spirit in all creation. There's a spirit that the Lord has put in all the everything that He's made, right? And they go through a catharsis. But He said the earth is mourning right now. How's the earth mourning? Well, just look at the sky, chemtrails. Look at the sea. It's oil and pollution.
Yeah,
right?
We know there's a spirit in these trees, and they're all mourning. With these half-dead branches you know, funny colored leaves and half-bred dead branches in June and July. You know, trees with some of these trees got colors on them that you don't even see until the fall, man. Bring it out, brother.
This Romans chapter 8 and verse 19, it says, "For the earnest expectation of the creature waiteth for the manifestation of the sons of God. For the creature was made subject to vanity, not willing, but by reason of him who hath subjected the same in hope." Point again, it said the earnest expectation of the creature, which is the creation, which is everything, wait for the sons of God to manifest, man. Because when our Lord and Savior comes back, it says in Malachi the 4th chapter, he can come back with healing in his wings. Right now, everything is dead, is polluted, and is mourning because of who's ruling the earth right now.
Right, and I had that conversation with my client earlier. You know, speaking about, you know, things that's going on in the world and how people over there can't be the people of the Lord because there's a prophecy. Do you believe, you know, you always talk about Christian this, Judaism this, Judaism this. Do you believe in it? I think that's like 86 or 87. I say you can't, you know, look at the condition of the world and what's going on in the land of Israel and how it's affecting the whole earth. I said these people can't be the people. Look what they're doing. I said that the scriptures clearly says that they will be a guide and light to the people. Right? These people are, you know,
It's almost a civil war narrative.
yeah, right. I explained all that. I said, yeah, they want Bibi out of there. Bibi is wanted for crimes against humanity by his own people. They trying to put him out, you know. And I said,
nobody ever went to the Israelis for the light, like it says, you're going to come to the children of the Most High. Everybody's going to come. Nobody's going to the Israelis for knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, man. The only thing people go over there for is to be trained for the police, by the Mossad.
I almost want to turn the camera around with it.
So that little girl's gonna be all messed up.
Yeah.
God knows.
Go ahead.
This Micah chapter 4 and verse 1, "But in the last days it shall come to pass that the mountain of the house of Yahweh shall be established in the top of the mountains, and it shall be exalted above the hills, and people shall flow into it, and many nations shall come and say, Come and let us go up to the mountain of the Lord, and to the house of the God of Jacob, and he will teach us of his ways, and we will walk in his paths, for the law shall go forth from Zion, and the word of the Lord from Jerusalem, and he shall judge among many people, and rebuke strong nations afar off, and they shall beat their swords into plowshares."
No more weapons. I told her that. Go ahead.
"And their spears into pruning hooks.
Yep.
Nations shall not lift up a sword against nation."
And I explained that there's more war since those people went there than ever in the history of mankind. And they're responsible for so much blood. Right? How can these people be the people?
"Neither shall they learn war anymore."
So that's so I basically broke that down.
Right.
And then I added the fact that King David was to be sitting on the throne again. So where's David? How can these be the people? All right, they're not the people, man. And the world is starting to acknowledge that, which is why eventually going to kill this internet, which is why they went after Scott Ritter in the first place. Because Scott Ritter is exposing and going so hard on Israel, and now he's going even harder on them. Now that they, you know, went and did what they did to him, when they brought the FBI in. All right, and what that really is just showing you that the famine of the word is coming. They want to shut everyone and everything down. All right.
Let's speak on this.
Man, you know what? Dude look like the lady. All right. Dude look like the lady is going to be the theme song for this neighborhood.
Man, this is an article. I just Googled Civil War brewing in Israel. Watch how many articles. Is in the looming civil war, the Israeli right has the upper hand. That's one. And Israeli civil war, Israel-Palestine conflict. Civil war in Israel is not unthinkable. Protests in Israel have the country's president warning of a possible civil war. Netanyahu says there will be no civil war in Israel amid protests. Why are all of these articles are talking about, just see, you get the narrative of the mainstream media or whatever, it's going to send you off in one direction. But then when you look at the gambit of the podcasts, the bloggers, the independent news journalists, overseas journalists, and so forth, and then you listen with the advent of the cell phone, and everybody damn near got one, and everybody's put on social media and speaking their piece on social media, you can get a more accurate view of what's going on in a particular place, right? And that's why they can't hide it. That's what they say.
Yeah, well, a lot of these places, like I wouldn't have known about what was going on in Bangladesh last week if my client didn't actually text me. He was missing his session in the morning. He called me the night before and said I won't be there in the morning. And then he told me, he said Bangladesh citizens overthrew our government last night. So he was, all the shit he's going through and worrying about his family and all that stuff. And it was barely on the news. And then the next day it started coming out. But he said that they're basically, they were turning off Facebook and Instagram and everything. They don't want people to be showing you, what's going on. Right up, exactly.
Trying to control the phone, control the narrative.
So so that's pretty much going to be everywhere. You're thinking it's definitely going to be here.
That's it.
And we're telling you that this all could happen between now and this election. Matter of fact, I think that something else is going to happen this month. I don't think we're going to get through August, October, August and September without major events. It's just going to continue to go up. And I'm going to tell you right now, we get to January and that man wins this election, if we even have one. Because they, with all the threats that they're making, they're probably going to shut down the internet, blame on Iran and Pakistan or whatever. All right. But if they do that 14th Amendment and tell this man, well, we know you won, but you can't be the president, man, these good old boys, they shooting everything darker than a brown paper bag, man. You best believe it.
And don't get it twisted. The old KKK, the old spirit of hatred is alive and well. There's one Instagram I've seen of little kids, two little black boys doing the drumming, whatever.
Yeah.
And Esau ran them out of there and made them leave. He called the popo to make them leave. So now the little kids mad, and the little kids like, man, fuck you, man, fuck y'all, beat your ass. I'm talking little kids. And these grown ass redneck, whatever you want to call them, just like, look at these little niggers. That's why, like, you see how violent these little niggers are, even at the young age. And the rhetoric that came out of their mouth, you would have thought it was back in 1942. You know what I'm saying? And over some kids who were just trying to hustle some money by playing on the goddamn drums.
Hey, them dudes, they were playing on the buckets or drums.
The buckets.
Yeah, that shit irritates shit out of me. I'd be ready to slap shit out of myself. Right. And then what really aggravates me is the grown men that do it. They used to be little kids.
Yeah, right.
But they still doing it. And I already told you, dumbass nigga, go get a real drum. You'll get way more money. Put the bucket out there to put the money in and instead of buying so much weed, each one of y'all can have a drum by now. And you'd actually make more money. Dumbass niggas, but you're gonna go buy these damn Jordans and buy all this weed squares instead of getting the tools you need to get your hustle.
And we say this all the time in softball. We actually choose reviews for softball umpire fees, for the league team fees, league fees, and every nigga cry broke every single week. But guess what every nigga got? They rolling up, they drinking up, they smoking up through the whole line. But how you ain't got money to pay the fees, but you got money to get to get your trees. You know what I'm saying? That's Jake. Dumbass.
Yeah. Jake can't get that priority straight. But that is their priority.
Right.
We often said it. What's going to make Jake happy? Pair of Jordans, flat screen TV, some weed, and a big booty, but you got to add and somebody else's big booty.
In the video game.
It's got to be right, and of course the PlayStation, the Xbox, but even more than that, yoga.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
You don't want his woman.
No, it's got to be yo bitch. Every because I was listening to I was in the dojo training clients playing Chris Brown and Tiger, and not one time that they talk about they girl. It was always yo bitch.
Especially Chris Brown.
Right. It's always got to be somebody else. And I'm like, man, you motherfucking Chris Brown, you get any ball. Why you gotta take dude miss from him?
Right.
Damn. Because it's his.
Right.
Damn.
But they really have the mentality, and they have the mentality of, I don't want to have to hassle to come along with having that. I want to decide that it's like to get me and have to have another responsibility. All that shit is wicked as hell.
Yeah, well, that's actually a doctrine of Mike Jacob told you. When I was a young Marine, I had an older Marine tell me that. You know? Tell me that, you know, you lead them to take pictures of love.
Somebody said,
And I'm like, yeah, it's like, man, just pushing us to wickedness. Quick to do wickedness. So this is what you're going to groom the young man to do.
Yeah. Yep. Because, and that's how they like it. No family structure, everything just backwards. Every single thing. And this is how they want it, man.
Best believe that the military is very, very wicked in so many ways, especially with all the women there. And like I've always, our brothers heard me say, every time a unit deploys, other military guys got new girlfriends for 6 months to a year.
Hey.
Right? Right. It's true. Because the same bitches that's on the dock, watching the ship disappear into the horizon with their handkerchiefs crying. Then the same bras is up in there dropping it hot in the club that night.
Man.
And they got a new boyfriend for the next year to 6 months.
Wow.
All right? And then they start, then they start, getting cold towards you toward the end of the 6 months or the end of the year. Right around the time, by the time dude ready to come home.
And you know what's really sad?
Or sometimes they just go with the new dude.
That's right.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. I remember, that made me remember when I was a young man, that something like that happened to me, but I was the wicked nigga in that. This little girl, since my man, my fiance, he overseas right now. I can deal with you right now, and my young man's over here. And it's talk, man. And it's really talk at a young age, because there's no structure, there's no rules, no one's calling the schools. God bless you, that's what the Lord got to come destroy this. What did it say? The righteous not so from day to day, filthy conversation is great. We can't be here. It's madness. If y'all can see what we're fast.
If the camera was on what we've seen in the last hour and a half of what I've seen. I started from when I was here by myself before the brother showed up. Man,
they had been praying a month or two, right? What's going on?
This is still a North voice, it's still there. And many people.
Yeah, but the shit up here, like I said, the shit up here is even weird. The shit up here is even weird for them motherfuckers.
Yeah.
This is some weird shit, man. I ain't never seen a bunch of linebackers with titties.
Man, they got ran out of Boys Town?
They got a jackhammer on them.
Yeah, that's what it's called. How you know, huh? How the hell you got a club called the Jackhammer? It remind me of what's the Police Academy? And they went to the manhole. Maybe that was the manhole. But that just shows
almost worse than swinging Richards. Wait, he thought about it for a second. He was like, wait a minute.
Hey, only thing worse is swordplay.
Oh, come on, man.
This is the world we're living in, man.
Yeah.
Hey, sometimes we gotta laugh to keep from crying.
Yeah.
That's why you see us laughing sometimes. As we talk about some crazy shit, but sometimes we gotta laugh about it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's so fucked up.
It's actually psychological challenge that goes behind. I forgot what it is, but a lot of times when someone in a very heightened sense of pain, emotion, or whatever, don't actually laugh to release that energy of that sadness or whatever. Sometimes you just gotta let it out.
That's what Joker was on.
Joker
was trying to
Give me the best thing.
That laughter was not a real laughter. That was really angry.
Yeah, because actually they got another one coming out. If the world ain't on fire, actually might go deeper with Phoenix and Lady Gaga. And it actually look like it's gonna be good. Yeah, no, I believe because hey, look, because my man Phoenix, he one of the best actors out there, man. And Gaga proved that she can hold her own. She's a good actress, man. So
What's she playing?
she's been in a ton of stuff.
Oh, okay.
No, so she's not just a singer, man. She can actually act, right? Go ahead, bring that out, bro. She played in the Versace movie.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Go
saying.
ahead.
Any of the arts, man, they good in the arts.
And I believe that woman is Jake. So
Yeah.
she got too much. She got too much salt. Too much.
And she messed with niggas.
She got too much salt. Too much skill. That song, and she got a voice, man. That the vocals that she laid down in that track with Kelly. That do what you want with my body. When I heard that song, I was like, damn.
And they hated on that song.
Yeah, man. No, that song was off the chain, man. Go ahead, brother.
It's Proverbs chapter 22 and verse 6. It says, train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. And the elders going into how a lot of the wickedness that we see today, because our people, they don't have knowledge of the law. The scriptures tell us to instill our people the fear of the Lord. What the fear of the Lord is drive away sins. Our people will know what things the Lord actually delight in, and will choose those ways and go into them. Rather than what we see today. A bunch of people that's destroyed for they lack of the knowledge of the Lord and it's destructive paths that lead to.
Yeah, it's like Doc always says, man. America invested in a death style. The American way is a death style, not a lifestyle. All right, because the things that they Elder Duval said it earlier. These people, he read the scripture about they say that good is evil and evil is good. Everything that's celebrated here is actually a death style, including the food. All right, everything that's bad for you is promoted. They promote soda pop, especially that Coke and that Coke and that Pepsi. That stuff has killed a lot of people, made a lot of people sick, man.
They promote calcium, but
Right.
they say calcium and too much calcium is what calcifies your pineal gland. It causes a lot of inflammation and joint problems in your body.
And now I'm learning too that some inflammation in your body, some of these parasites and shit, they get calcified, so they get protection from the stuff that's supposed to come in and destroy it. So I'm like, damn, ain't that some shit?
They say cholesterol is bad, but then you go to cholesterol. That's the number one thing that your body needs, the number one thing that the baby needs.
Yeah.
And you're telling everything, cholesterol, no cholesterol.
Wife to be broke that down. She's worked in that field. Broke that down. High cholesterol is all a scam.
That's right.
She broke the whole thing down.
They said a baby can't even grow. Matter of fact, it gets so cold-blooded. It's just needed for you to even grow naturally as a man. You have all your man protein. When you hit the puberty, there's cholesterol. So you got somebody who's not eating cholesterol, a woman that's birthing and then breastfeed. They don't breastfeed, all right? And that's what they're going to is that breast milk. The number one thing, one of the number one minerals in breast milk is cholesterol. So when they don't get that, they get the soy and they get the other shit. That's what actually stops their growth. And that's the reason why you get a woman who breastfeeds and a woman who doesn't, and their children the same age. It's like this different.
Yeah, you're right, and it makes sense too when they're thinking about it. Why you got a lot of bodybuilders that use breast milk over steroids. Because you got a lot of bodybuilders who use breast milk over steroids because so you get a broad that's healthy and pregnant. She gives you breast milk, you just get jacked. So again, and if cholesterol is in there, it is what it is, man. Yeah.
Now we think it's super
Yeah, so they make everything that's good bad. So they don't give the baby this powder shit instead of the actual breast milk. That makes
my mama's sick, right? So I did research like you guys always put things on different things to help with medicine, to help her get better. So I'm giving her all the natural foods for you. She said, the doctor said, don't take this. This is gonna make my stuff worse. I can't take this. And I'm like, no, what the fuck is that? Like this doctor on bullshit, man. Because he don't want you to take no natural stuff. All he wants you to do is keep out these fucking
because they drug dealers, they legal drug dealers, and then they get incentives from the drug companies to push their drugs. Like Doc at the dojo, he's always coming in and having these meetings with these companies that he's fighting over this way because every time they come to give them a breakdown of new drugs, they always bring it for the donuts. Right, and then I mean, yeah, and then they have you push the poisons on everybody too, because they're Job 13 and 4 real quick, because they're physicians and know about it. Because all these drugs, these man-made drugs are temporary fixes. They're temporary. He got a special kind of name to it. And then he got his ass.
That man said.
God, just like that.
What the fuck? Oh shit.
You can't get one.
Go ahead, brother.
That was scary. I almost said, Yaku.
It's Job chapter 13 and verse 4. But ye are forgers of lies. Ye are all physicians of no value.
There you go, man. They're forces of lies, man. All right, they're not healers. They're not physicians. They're actually doctors. And you know, and as our beloved elder apostle, you know, taught us all to push and go into the meaning of words. You know, he went into the meaning of the words. The fact that the word doctor means to falsify. You know, you ever heard the term that we're doctoring it up?
Right. Yeah.
So the word doctor literally and physically means to falsify. Right? Versus being a physician. So you're right. America is full of doctors that falsify for profit. Right?
And that's why they have a practice.
And they have a practice to falsify for doctrine.
And they practice
for profit.
They never heal you. They're not trying to heal you. They're practicing on you.
Right. So well, let me roll the dice. See which one of these medicines make you feel better.
But they tell it. They treat the
hide your symptoms.
That's it. No money in it.
That was very. Say that again, brother.
A cured patient is lost business.
There it is, man. That's the way they look at it. When I would look at it the other way around, because other sick people are now going to come. All right, but you know that's the difference between someone who actually wants to help people and then someone who wants to, you know, to pollute them.
And the Lord says, use your physics. Physics, going back to the physician, all that the Lord tells you, go back to the herbs, go back to the ground, go back to the land. They will heal you. There, matter of fact, we was at the camp a couple of weeks ago. We were looking at the different foliage around the camp, and I was just taking a picture of my plant ID and then showing what the benefits. Almost everything that was around us was something that was beneficial to help you through a sickness.
Wow.
And they call all what Esau,
Weeds.
they call them all weeds. They're all classified weeds under Esau.
Right. They even made a cartoon where the weeds was choking out the flower back in the day. You hear the flower choking, and the weed choking it. So then you got to come kill the weed. So the weeds are bad, you know. You remember that shit? Right.
That's why they don't have bees.
And they say nasty old weed sneaking up on the flower. You know, choking.
And that weed will heal you. Will heal you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's medicine. I remember as a kid, we used to take that in my head and look at milk on it. I don't know what,
That's medicine.
I know that they say with the dandelion properties are one of the strongest natural heart medicines that actually strengthen the heart. When the person has got heart issues, and they actually fix and heal them.
Every part of
yeah, so that's it. So yeah, man. You know, Esau Edom is just he's wicked. Let's get these last scriptures read about. We're ready to wrap it up.
It's 1 Timothy chapter 6 and verse 20. O Timothy, keep that which is committed to thy trust, avoiding profane and vain babblings and opposition of science falsely so called.
Right, science falsely so called. So the disciple, the prophet, all right, Timothy, okay, the man of the Lord, Timothy, all right, he warned us that there will come a time when people use pseudoscience to try to supersede true science and push forth lies. Basically, he warned us that day would come, right? Except when you got something you want to say?
The true science is the scriptures. What's to know? Hey, that's in the word of the Heavenly Father in the book of Sirach. It say the Lord have made medicines out of the earth. He that is wise will not inform.
Right.
So hey, the good things, everything was to know about. Hey, that's within the scriptures.
Exactly. When you add theory to something, you've corrupted it, and then it's not a true science because you don't know.
Right.
You can't say something factual and then say in theory, starting off your sentence.
Right.
Well, in theory, my hypothesis, no. Yes and no. Let your yay be yay and your no be no. Right?
Because with a thesis, somebody got an anti-thesis.
Exactly.
That's
So
it.
now we got this long drawn out debate,
Right.
and you know, and cameras and coffee, and nothing ever gets done.
Right, except people getting killed.
Exactly. Meanwhile, people are sick and dying.
Exactly.
Bring it out, bro.
Isaiah 29, 15 and 16. Woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel from the Lord, and their works are in the dark. And they say, who seeth us? And who knoweth us? Surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay. For shall the work say of him that made it, he made me not? Or shall the thing framed say of him that framed it, he had no understanding?
There it is, man. All right, so with that, we're going to give all praises, all honor, and glory unto
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakadash.
Kwam Yasharala.
Kwam Yasharala.
Kwam Babal.
That's right. Turn those machines back on. Cam Day as always, Akim.